Do you like books? Are you a lover of literature? Well, today's mod of the day is not for you, because today's mod of the day is Dynamic Book Size Adjuster by Moorlord. And what this mod does is, well, let's just quote the mod author here. It adjusts the scale of place books to a more realistic size. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, according to Moorlord, many items in Morrowind are unrealistically large, but none more so than books. This mod aims to fix that by dynamically adjusting the scale of books the moment they are placed to a more reasonable size. Now, what does Moorlord mean by a more reasonable size? Well, according to him, the default is set to 75% of vanilla scale. That is apparently a reasonable size. But let's just take a look at this, alright? So let's take a look at this. So, here's a vanilla book, just a book to the vanilla scale. And here's one at 75%. And you'll note that it is noticeably smaller. And this mod does not include any options to make the books larger, by the way, just smaller. So that default is set to 75%, but you could make it smaller. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to judge mods, but anything that removes verticality from the game, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing at all. I mean, removing verticality, that's a terrible idea, and this is basically removing the verticality of books, and unrealistically large. Moorlord, really, have you ever actually seen a book? I mean, have you? Have you seen a book unrealistically large? No, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. If anything, the books in Morrowind are unrealistically small, not unrealistically large. I mean, have you just ever seen a book in real life? I will not let this stand. This is not going to stand. You know what? Let's do a little comparison, shall we? We'll get a book, a real life book, and we'll compare it to the scale of the books in Morrowind. Yeah, that's right. We're going to do it. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We are going to put this to the test. That's right. I'm getting up, grabbing a book, and we're putting this to the test. This is ridiculous. Too big, unrealistically too big. That's a nonsense. What? Complete utter nonsense. Oh, yeah. All right. You see this? You see this right here? You see this? This is a real book. Notice how large it is, and for scale, by the way, I've placed a statue of Molag Bal to one side, and an original 1999 copy of Homeworld, when the actual giant cardboard box is, from the 90s, next to it. Now, that copy of Homeworld, back when they actually made cardboard boxes that were, fairly massive, that's about the size of the average book in Morrowind. Now, I want you to notice that the real-life book, the actual book here, is bigger than the copy of Homeworld, which is about the size and scale of the books in Vanilla Morrowind. Now, again, I'm not one to judge, but it seems pretty clear to me that the real-life books are actually quite a bit larger than the books in the vanilla game. So, if anything, what we need is a dynamic, bigger book size. But we don't have the option in this mod. No. The only option we have is to make the books smaller. We can even make them 1% smaller than their original scale, but we can't make them bigger. And this just seems like a gross oversight. A gross oversight and a criminal injustice of verticality. That's what this is, a criminal injustice of verticality. This is an outrage, an absolute outrage. But if you're a fan of destroying the verticality of the game and making everything worse by making it smaller, then by all means, use Dynamic Book Size Adjuster. But I demand an option for bigger books. Moorlord, get to it. But anyway, again, that's what this mod does, if you're into that sort of thing. And as always, I've been your host, Dark Elf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, And I'll see you all next time.